Welcome to Totally Workwear Stadium in Brisbane. Second game of our doubleheader at this venue. Third game of our tripleheader of NRLW today on Nine's Wide World of Sports. And the Brisbane Broncos better than the 1-2 record they currently have. Beaten in that Golden Point Classic at the Gabba a fortnight ago, didn't they bounce back against the Cowboys? While Parramatta are hoping the inclusion of their two key off-season signings in Elsie Albert and Rachel Pearson can turn their season around. They are off to an 0-3 start, but they did upset the Broncos last time these teams squared off, and that helped put the Eels into the finals and eventually a grand final. So here comes Rachel Pearson leading out the Eels, co-captain of the club. The other co-captain, Kennedy Cherrington, a big loss for this team, suspended for 4 weeks during the week for that dangerous tackle last week. But Pearson is a difference maker, Alana.
She absolutely is. She'll provide their game management and just their attack with a little bit more stability. She's pretty much got the triple threat. She likes taking the line on, which frees up the attackers outside of her, but her kicking game's key for the Eels, particularly if they do get stuck in their own end in a little bit of trouble. I think Elsie Albert, the other inclusion, will help gain a little bit of momentum, but her kicking game can be the game changer today. Really looking forward to seeing her back in NRLW where she belongs.
Here comes the home team. The Broncos brilliant last week, racking up 40 points, and Mela Hufunga with 4 tries. Hasn't enjoyed the spotlight this week necessarily. Can't wait for the hype to be over, she said, but she's going to be writing plenty of headlines after the performance she put in last week. And Ali Brigginshaw head-to-head with Pearson today in the 7 jumper, Joey.
Well, he's been around for so long, very experienced, knows the way around the field, knows her game. And last week, she organised really well, but what she did, she brought Hufunga into the game, who was unstoppable. 4 tries, no one got a hand on her. She was a tearaway. I imagine she'll get some more today.
We sure saw Shanae Sazolka as well. 3 tries against Parramatta last year in 2 games. Away we go. Saturday afternoon footy. And the Broncos start with the ball in their hands. And a nice start as well. Out beyond the 30-metre line here at Totally Workwear Stadium in the suburb of Coorparoo in Brisbane. Broncos looking to make home advantage count here before going on the road next week in Newcastle. Here's Gould, the number 9. And a nice take in the middle for the Broncos. Bree Clark and Bree Eels, the 2 front rowers. And there's Tasman Gray scouting wide. He's been in sensational form for club and state in recent months. There is Bree Clark, setting them up for an attacking kick at the end of their first set. Brigginshaw with her hands on it. Goes high for the chasers, including Sazolka. And a good take by Abby Church, who is such a warrior for these Eels.
She is. She's very important starting their sets as well, getting out of trouble. Kimberly Hunt gets in there to relieve a little bit of pressure from the pack. I'm actually looking forward to seeing the left edge. We spoke about Hufunga and the impact she had, her 4 tries. But the other one is her back rower, Tasman Gray. Of course, they're a hard side of the field to handle between the 2 of them. Very damaging edge players.
Welcome back, Elsie Albert. And Pearson electing to kick a little early across her body and finding touch. Not quite the 40-30 she might have been hunting there, but the field position battle being won early by the Broncos.
Well, Robbie Teitzel, she's been one of the most damaging players on the edge as a back rower at all levels, but last week I hardly saw her. A lot of the ball went to Hufunga. Looking forward to watching Romy Teitzel and get her one-on-one. She's devastating.
Yeah, Townsville born. Plenty thought she might have suited up for the Broncos this year, but feels like Brisbane is the place for her right now. Romy Teitzel, they go left-hand side. There's Griffin, who's played for the Titans last year, and making her first start in the halves for the Broncos here today with Gail Broughton out due to personal reasons. Nice change of direction there for Denman. With Gould really running the show with the number 9 on her back. Goes to Brigginshaw this time. And there's Teitzel trying to find a way through. Backs her way down. Second phase for Brigginshaw. Big dummy thrown by Ali. And Parramatta did well to regroup defensively. The Broncos knocking on the door down the short side. Teitzel. Oh, that's going to work, is it, for the try? I think it is. No, forward pass, they say.
Oh, boo. Boo, boo, boo. It could have been a great try. The offload, the one-handed offload from Romy Teitzel, and then somehow it's like a pickpocket. Lost the wallet. Forward?
I think so. The touchy had a good view.
Right, you ladies are
Looked
on the clock.
spectacular. You happy with it, Alana?
Wait there.
It looked very spectacular. It also shows how dangerous this Broncos side is, being able to have this attack on both sides of the ruck, but the back row is such a key to the success of the Broncos attack.
Time off.
So the referee going to check on Abby Church in the wars again. Referred to her as a warrior earlier on. She's been copping blow after blow, somehow getting up each and every time.
She's a paramedic.
Oh.
True to self.
Yes.
Pat.
She'd never leave the field if that was the case. They need her out there though, Abby Church.
Her favourite athlete of all time, Nine's own Billy Slater.
How did this happen?
Oh,
That
right
hurts.
there.
That hurts.
Head clash with her teammate, Kimberly Hunt. So we will play on with Church still being patched up. Toi Hiku now against Tufunga. Had hold of one arm and able to drag down her opponent. There's Amelia Murphy playing on the right edge for the Eels. Ruben Cherrington will be missing big sister Kennedy. Here's Jones, who was elevated to the starting lineup after Kennedy Cherrington was suspended. O'Neill, she's been the leader of the pack for Parramatta in this young season, the veteran. Pearson again on kicking duty. Makes such a difference in that department of the game, and it takes a Parramatta bounce. Awkward for Werner, who's just back from her 2-game ban.
Watching Parramatta, they're really struggling to get forward. Broncos speed of the defensive line. And likewise, when the Broncos have got the ball, very powerful.
There's Lauren Dan. In for work off the right wing. At speed again for Manick, who slips through the tackle. Eyes up the fullback, somehow finds Zolka. It's scintillating attack from these Broncos. Nice cover tackle made by Zali Faye. Parramatta under the pump defensively. And now the big shift is on. Denman just held up by Pearson importantly. And she'll play it on the last here. They go to Griffin. Hufunga, nice contact. In off the wing, Monique Donovan take a bow.
It was a great tackle. Over the ball too, so there was no offload. That was a great tackle.
Oh, you got to pick up the ball when you play it. Here. Right, time back on. Where you go?
It's a big assignment for that right edge defence for Parramatta to contain Hufunga, and they did so here.
Yeah, the ball and all was key. It also kept her on her feet, so that second tackler, Tohu Hiku, could get in there. Get a little bit of a piggyback here.
No, Mark's here.
Elsie Albert
Mark
wanted
is
to
here.
tap it and go, and the Broncos weren't ready.
Tap or kick the touch. Tap, just wait, just wait. Wait. Right, 1 foot. With the foot.
Pearson not deciding to go for the touch finder, happy to tap it and go.
I would have thought she would have. She's got a pretty big boot on her. We haven't seen it yet. She's made a couple of kicked, but the pressure's back on the Eels.
All up. In the middle.
Gives us the chance to check in with Marley Silver.
Well, the temperature has slightly dropped here in Brisbane. It is still sitting around that 24-25 mark, but the crowd has grown really nicely since the first game we saw here at Totally Workwear Stadium today. You could tell that the crowd was filing in, all waiting to watch the Broncos. It is a very strong Broncos crowd, and they're very loud every time their team has the ball.
And they're in the red zone again here for Sizolka. No tries yet this season. 7 in all in her NRLW career.
Well, the ball's going the other side. Had no chance last week.
Oh, backslammed in the end was Denman. Centre field, the Broncos. Now Brigginshaw playing plenty of dummies early on. Again, Church with the important tackle down low. Gould, space, and knocked on by Griffin. Parramatta's defence standing tall here early.
Where do you want the scrum?
Yeah, they put a little bit of
We're going in the
pressure on
middle.
the defence. That pass just
Pop up.
behind Grace Griffin, so she was heading towards the line. Obviously found that one too hard to handle, but they'll be upset with that error because they certainly could have avoided it.
They've done well, the Eels, to hold on. Just waiting for the tries to happen for Brisbane. Had a lot of go forward, a lot of field position. Hanging on, Para.
Okay, we're going to stop. Stop. Time off. Para, got a cheek there. Her nose keeps beating.
Abby Church hasn't been patched up
Her
satisfactorily
nose
just
keeps
yet.
beating. Okay, time back on. Let's go.
Saving lives as a paramedic during the week and saving Parramatta defensively
This way.
on the weekend right now.
Okay, hands. Feet. Break.
Oh, Hunt coughs it up. Chance for Teitzel. Another big error inside their own 20 from the Eels, making it hard on themselves now. The settler from Bree Eels, who missed the romp against the Cowboys, straight back in. Noor Asala available. And now Teitzel. 3 players there to hold her up. The space now for Brigginshaw. Eels has another go. Midway through the tackle count. Plenty of communication going on in that Eels defence. Griffin now for Maddock, the fullback. Oh, Werner! First try in the NRLW for the former bobsled champion.
Well, this is what happens when you have a player who all week the opposition has just been doing video and video on, and that is the left centre in Hufunga. All the attention was on the left centre. Harvey Norman replay, and the ball comes out. Just watch the winger come up, all eyes on Hufunga, and then the long pass on the outside to Werner. Great pass. Just look at that winger, just turned in, worried about the tearaway centre. Beautiful pass on the outside.
Yeah, it was a lovely late sweep from Maddock at fullback coming around. But again, off the back of an Eels error, there's been a fair few errors that stopped the momentum. They weren't able to get out of the danger zone, and that's not something you want to gift this Brisbane Broncos side with. They've got many points of attack, both sides of the ruck, and they just showed then how dangerous they can be. The timing of Maddock, I've been really impressed with her first few touches. She's working both sides of the ruck, sweeping around. It was a lovely pass to Ash Werner.
Fantastic images from Totally Workwear Stadium. The ball kids celebrating in the background and the fans in the stands as well. But it's been a tough month for Ashley Werner, banned for a couple of games, but straight back into the lineup on the left wing and celebrating with her first career try. Qualified for 2 Winter Olympics in bobsleigh, but unfortunately unable to take part in the eventual Winter Olympics for various reasons. And now an NRLW player. Tough one for Brigginshaw, and it's just wide.
Time off.
First try of the afternoon goes to Ashley Werner. It was a good finish too. That pass had some heat on it
Elsie, don't go.
from the fullback Maddock.
Wait. Tommy, run!
Now the Queenslander from Tully kicking things off. Kimberly Hunt. The Broncos with the early lead. Oh, Clark rocked.
Get that India. What about that?
Murphy with the contact and gets involved again on Gould.
Replay, look at that. Great timing.
Very late offload. Brilliant footy from the Broncos. And another rocking tackle, this time the left edge back rower. Mahalia Murphy gets involved. Just to stop the Broncos' momentum for a moment at least as Teitzel takes the line on again. Post-contact meters on offer for Romy early on here. Riggenshaw. Flat service for Denman. They go to Griffin on the last. Little kick over the top will find grass and take a Broncos bounce. And they'll get a repeat set out of it. That's a confidence booster for Grace Griffin.
Yeah, great kick. Great class there. Just puts it over the top into space. Fullback out of position or defending in the line. It's an area of the game which has improved this year. Light years, the kicking game. You can see a lot of the NRLW players have worked on their kicking game. Also the goal kicking. It's improved out of sight.
Looked around and found Eels. Contact from O'Neill, given the all clear. Quick play the ball, allowing Clark to put a bit of footwork on. Again, tackle technique from Murphy, outstanding inside the Westpac red zone.
Yeah, you can see the play the balls. The Broncos have had 10.
Here's a chance, Sazolka. And it's out of play.
Great defence. They did well to contain her there, but very dominant. They've had a lot of territory, the Brisbane Broncos. I just feel like at the moment they're able to get through their sets and roll through this Eels side a lot better at the moment, gaining that momentum. But great defence to hold them out there from the Eels.
Marcus. Wait, Tess. Okay. No tackles.
They've made some errors at this end of the ground last couple of times. Parramatta, no nonsense stuff from Albert first up, and Church. Nice meters out of dummy half, slipped into the tackle, which looked a little high, given the all clear as well. Now O'Neill, and the ball nearly came out. In fact, it was reefed at by Lavinia Gould at the expense of a penalty.
Well, they've had no ball. I don't know if you've had any ball inside the Broncos' half, let alone their attacking area, as the Westpac red zone showed. They need this error. They need this penalty.
Look at that weight of possession in favour of the home team. What can Parramatta do with this first journey into Broncos territory? Mahalia Murphy's played a few positions already this young season and plays them well.
Yeah, she got moved into the back row at the back end.
Big shot.
That was a great shot. That's Tasman Gray at the back end of last week, and I thought she looked really comfortable. Defensively, she can hold her own, but just a little bit closer to the play the ball.
Oh, that's clever by the winger. Donovan linking up with Toei Hiku. Parramatta that close to heading back. Now Pearson, Sherrington. And they're up quickly on O'Neill. Strong defence. Trying to jolt that ball free. Really slow play the ball, so Pearson on the back foot here. Trying to make something happen. Decent kick, getting away from Maddock, who won't be getting out of there. Oh, finished off by Murphy.
There she is. Mahalia Murphy in that back row. Great crossfield kick from Rachel Pearson back towards the post. Makes it really hard to contain, to understand where it's going. But kick chase from the Eels, very important. They stay in this Westpac red zone. They get another chance to attack.
Pearson got hit after it. She kicked that ball. I think she's okay. She's on her feet.
Brigginshaw trying to squirm it towards that sideline. Murphy tidied up. Such a blow to lose Pearson and Albert to those calf injuries. There's the debutantes. Welcome to the NRLW. Tyler Amiatu, and it's set it up for Ruben Cherrington, and she's over. Parramatta hit back, and they're about to take the lead.
Yeah, she's very crafty from dummy half. They had all the momentum off the back of that dropout, but great vision from Cherrington, just playing at a different pace. She had a nice, quick play the ball. She identified the opportunity and just backed herself. Nice late footwork and over the top. Well done, Cherrington.
So the first career try for Ruben Cherrington in her 6th game. And what an impact from the 19-year-old on debut, Tyler Amiatu, who did an ACL in 2021. Been playing for Wentworthville in the Harvey Norman Women's Premiership. She's headed up, and Parramatta convert for the first time this season to lead.
Stay on side. So everyone.
Nice response from the Parramatta Eels after absorbing all of that early pressure, copping the first points. Now they lead, and Elsie Albert has helped set the tone. That's the first try they've converted. Lucky 7th for the Eels this season. Of course, Rachel Pearson back as the goal kicker helps, and scoring under the black dot also helps.
Oh, it doesn't what? There's a big charge there on the outside by Murphy. They're winding up now, the Eels.
Murphy on one side, Murphy on the other. Oh, O'Neill. Nice contact in and under, but able to take Gould with her an extra couple of metres. Here is Amiatu. Nice move of the teenager, and she's through and out the other side. Oh, what a start to her career. First 2 hit-ups, really eye-catching.
What a run. It's footwork.
And now Alberts juggles it. Elsie taken on the last. That's a disappointing end to a sensational set after points.
I said earlier they were struggling to get forward. Made a change to the interchange. Amiatu comes on, just a tearaway. Front rower stepping and dummying. Great stuff.
Played Tasha Gale Cup for the Dragons for a couple of seasons. And it's her opportunity now. Where have they been hiding her in the first 3 rounds, Alana?
Look, I don't know, but I think she's here to stay now.
Lenadusi off the bench, trying to provide a spark for the Broncos. All of a sudden they're playing catch-up. Ferguson has come on as well. There's the backup dummy half, and good contact on Gray. Which way was that knocked on?
I think there was a hand in there.
Yep. Late call by the touch judge.
Knock on. You want to challenge? Hold. Time off. B. Got a captain challenge. Eels are challenging the on-field decision of a knock-on.
Belinda Sharp is back in the bunker. I think they're going to lose
It's
it.
a hand, yeah, lost it.
Just looking to see if Parramatta knocked the ball on here. The Broncos pass the ball, Parramatta then knock on. Challenge is unsuccessful.
So the Broncos will keep the footy.
Right, challenge is unsuccessful. Scrum to the Broncos. Are we going in the middle? Right, in the middle.
4 changes to the team that beat the Cowboys last week. Werner back. Noah Asala, Brill and Broughton all unavailable. There's some big outs for the Broncos. Terrific crowd here, the home of the East Tigers. Ufunga taking on Pearson. Stood her ground. The Parramatta half. And Venadusi. 4 Parramatta players in to contain Chelsea. Able to keep her feet throughout, and Ferguson off the back of it. Gives Denman another opportunity. Doing all of her work in that middle channel. Griffin. Former touch footy international. Venadusi. Riggenshaw, and there's Teitzel. Trying to find a little bit of room. Riggenshaw again. Can't find a way past Hunt.
Kimberly Hunt gets in the clear. Looks like she's got some wheels on her. Plenty of speed out wide, Parramatta.
Denied a try on her debut by the Bunker last week, Kimberly Hunt. And look left again for Murphy. And the Eels have played on the last. An absorbing opening 20 minutes here. Pearson didn't get the right connection, but it might work out for Parramatta. Toi Hiku making it work and forces an offload behind Donovan. Still alive here for Parramatta. And now they'll have to hand it over as Muru is caught.
Yeah, they did well to regather the footy, and nice idea with the offload. But Rachel Pearson, we spoke about her kicking game a lot ahead of this one and her inclusion, how important her kicking game is. I don't think she's got it right with her long-range kicks just yet. She's got a wonderful boot. She's a young Matilda, so she's got plenty of power in her kick. Just that ball drop and her connection with the ball. Here's an error. Hasn't been right yet, but another momentum swing.
So Rachel Pearson played for the Matildas.
She was in the young Matildas.
Oh, wow.
So she played. She's played a little bit of soccer with Sam Kerr.
Wow.
And a few of those girls running out there.
Played everything, played cricket as well.
I think a few of the players in the NRLW would have excelled at other sports. There's a lot of rugby union sevens.
Yep, absolutely. I think
Footy, obviously.
Thank you.
heaps of touch footy, Oztag, rugby sevens. We're lucky enough in rugby league to have the opportunity, and that's why we see them all playing NRLW now.
All right, clock off.
She was the number 7 in Origin 1 for New South Wales, so it's a massive inclusion. Berryman Duff alongside her in the halves, and that's an important tackle. Sazolka containing Church as the overlap was being created. Amiatu. Suddenly the focus of the Broncos defence on this teenager, and she takes them with her another 6 or 7 metres.
Powerful.
What a handful. Pearson for Church, right-hand side through the hands of Muru, and appeared to be a knock-on initially. Certainly was eventually.
Where you want the scrum? 20.
They'll put under a lot of pressure from the Broncos defence.
Clock on. Scrum.
They flung her up in her face. Ashley Werner's there to clear it up. They're in this contest though, the Eels. Well, they're ahead at the moment, but if they can fix up some of those errors coming off their line, heading into good ball, they'll challenge this Broncos side well and truly to the end.
Well, they haven't completed a set in the last 5 minutes. The Broncos just keep dropping the ball.
Starting to feel a little bit like their last meeting, round 5 of last season. Parramatta won that one, 28-16. First win of the season. They wound up in a grand final.
Oh, that looked awkward.
Riggenshaw set up for Teitzel back inside. I got your memo, Joey.
Yep.
Teitzel's been heavily involved.
Well, when she ever gets the ball, got to be a lot of support getting through that first tackle to get that offload through the line.
Ferguson looking for her kicker. We'll go to Ali Brigginshaw again. Pressure on that kick. Good pressure as well. Made it easier for the fullback. Church under no real pressure. Brings it back with some interest. The communication was there to give Tasman Gray a crack at the one-on-one strip, but Church held on. No room for Hunt.
A lot of one-off runs from the Eels, trying to get out of their own half.
That's better.
That's the one you want to make the one-off run.
Yeah, rolls forward. Gets that quick play the ball.
Eventually, Albert able to play it. Pearson again off the outside of the boot a little. It's going backwards, in fact, for Toei Hiku, who's caught it again. Good under the high ball on those chases, Toei Hiku, but couldn't promote the football this time.
So I thought there'd be plenty of points in this one. Both teams defending well. The game sort of lost its rhythm over the last 10 minutes.
Damn, with some go forward. Up over halfway she goes. Just under 10 minutes to go in the first half. Broncos fans a little quiet here, looking for something from their team in attack.
Hufunga. Haven't seen it yet. Well, there she goes.
Griffin for Maddock. Oh, and knocked on by Hufunga.
The mock strikes again. I am the worst.
Their attack looks a little bit different. They've lost a couple of their starting spine players, of course. Gail Broughton in number 6 jersey and Destiny Brill out, their hooker. And I think that's showing in the way that they're playing. Their timing is a little bit off, but they're not playing that expansive attacking style football for the most part. So they've got a couple of new combinations. It's been a little bit stop-start. We've had a fair few errors in this first half.
You've got 10
But
seconds.
I don't think we've seen the Broncos gel
that's it,
just
clock
yet
off.
in this starting lineup.
Feet.
It'll be frustrating their head coach, Scott Prince, who's also the attack coach. Sherrington, already a try scorer today. He's been hunting in a pack with her sister Kennedy in the first 3 rounds, but going solo for her family today. Been one of the Eels' best so far. Another mistake. This time Murphy has it jolted free by the former Eel, Philomena Hanisi. And there's the Brisbane Brains Trust. Scott Prince.
Scott Prince, Meg Ward sitting behind him, a former player. They're both nail biting.
Some chewing gum.
That's a rugby league star of the future. Griffin getting on the outside. And Toei Hiku trying to reef it clear before affecting the tackle. Hufunga, a bit of ball playing. Well done by Denman to drop it out the back and not forward. Lenarduzzi. Parramatta did well to deny the offload that Chelsea was looking for. The shape on this right-hand side again for Brigginshaw. Oh, Teitzel missed their assignment. Got in the road of Ali that time. It's all a little clunky right now. Bree Clark sets them up, 12 metres out. They go towards Griffin again. Good. Kicking game has been on song, and Church will do well to get in the field of play. She's corralled in the end.
Once again, great kick. Oh, you see that blood once again coming out of the nose. Once again,
Clock's not on.
finding space, starting on a defender and then getting into space, getting the ball through that gap and just turning the screws. That's another great kick.
Kick chase, that chase, outstanding. Speedy, you mentioned it. Their attack was a bit clunky, but they've just ended up with the best case scenario other than points is getting another crack at the line. There's a few busted eels there, though.
Jeez, there's calves going everywhere. Look, there's
Right now, we're going to stop. Stop.
treating her own player. How good's that? Multitasking.
Elsie Albert's the worry, though.
Yeah,
She
that's her
was-
injury.
Well, yeah, that's why this is her first game in NRLW this year, was because of a calf injury.
That's
So
the
she
third
looks
time,
in, looks like she's in a lot of strife.
Oh, look, she looks
No, but it
upset.
keeps going.
I think
Yeah.
must know whether it's in pain or it's just upset.
And
Knows
Elsie?
that the calf's gone again.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking for Elsie Albert.
So you have to make the changes. This is the third time. We're going to stop for the nose. So she has to go. Yep. She just all she needs to go is to the back. And we'll sort it out. All she just needs to do is go to the back. Yeah. Cool, thank you. Just to the back off the field. Yep. Right, we okay? Okay, time back on.
Heartbreaking scenes here for Elsie Albert, who's already played 2 stints in this opening half hour, and the calf has sadly given way. It's Kennedy Cherrington who told us on 9, just before the Eels' first game, that in captain's run, both Pearson and Albert had done their calves before round 1. And it's flared up again for the PNG superstar. Now Griffin.
Bad, look. Bottom of the screen. Elsie can hardly walk. Oh, bad news.
Okay, that short side again for Maddock. Throwing dummies, and the fullback crashes over and not confident about the grounding perhaps.
Right, B. Coming into tackle forward. I have no try. You can check the grounding, please.
She does all the hard work. Gets the ball up over Pearson and then comes down and then no, loses control and it goes forward. Great desperation again by the Eels. See their halfback, Rachel Pearson, getting attention. It may have been split in that challenge.
Hayley Maddock loses possession of the ball over the goal line. We have a decision.
It's a 20 metre.
They've had to dig deep defensively, and they're wearing
Chelsea.
some battle wounds
Wait
for
here,
it. The
yeah?
Parramatta still clinging to that lead. It's been impressive.
Well, you're absolutely right. It's been desperate, the way that they've defended their line, body on the line. We've seen Abby Church go down a couple of times, Rachel Pearson, but they're ahead on the scoreboard. With just over 4 minutes. Oh,
Not what Kyra Simon was after just coming onto the ground.
Ellie, in the middle.
More great field position for Parramatta, or rather the Broncos, to try and hit back here.
no. You can see Ali Brigginshaw, she's got the footy in her hand. She'd just be calming her team down, getting them organised.
Wait, Ellie.
Wonder
Wait,
if we see a
Ellie.
little trick shot here from the
Right,
scrum.
clock off. Break.
They go back to Brigginshaw. A little variation there. Sazolka again contained. Charlie Fay and Hunt have Done well as a tandem out there defensively. Infinite marker. Centre field for Clark. Finished off strongly by Matty Jones. Lenadusi, ball went both hands and the forwards combined. Tasman Gray dragged down. Pearson again involved defensively. Oh, look out, Chelsea Lenadusi, trademark! Brilliant try, and the Broncos have the lead again.
Beautiful play. Double up on the play, went to the line, the tackle before. Played a beautiful short ball, which got the quick play of the ball. Harvey Norman replay, then the change of angles, one marker, fullback defending around the ruck, and just too big, too strong. And it's the second effort then. It's a great job there, Parra, to originally hold her up, but then the second surge gets the ball down.
Yeah, they just backed their power game, the Brisbane Broncos. Had a couple of players coming back on the inside that set, challenging the inside shoulders of the Eels. They had numbers there, but Chelsea Lenadusi with a little bit of momentum and the hit and spin that close to the line. Very well done.
First try of the season, but 6th all-time in her NRLW career. And that's how she tends to score them. You surprised she's coming off the bench?
Oh, I think she's got better impact off the bench. She did start for a game and came up with a couple of errors, but also she was a bit slow moving in the defensive line. But I think her best impact is off the bench when she comes and changes the pace of the game. She's got that lovely little offload. But when she's willing to work hard, Chelsea Lenadusi, that's when she's dangerous.
She's got 10 seconds. Wait.
So a seesawing first half here. The Broncos now have the lead, 2 minutes out from half-time. And knocked backwards by Griffin for the try scorer, Lenadusi.
Just watching the Broncos attack, probably going to state the obvious, but they're missing Gail Broughton on that left side last week. With her skill, she brought Hufunga into play on that left side. We haven't seen the damaging left centre yet. Hardly seen any quality ball that side. Don't really know too much about the 5'8", Grace Griffin, and the young player.
Oh, she's come through playing touch footy, so she made the transition a few years ago, but definitely just a running half. So she'll just stay on that left edge and play the numbers game.
Brigginshaw drops it over the top and will find touch a metre out.
Great set after points. That's the big goal. They go 100 metres. Getting the ball back to the opposition, 1 metre out from their line. Once again, showing experience there, Ali Brigginshaw.
Just wait.
Parramatta just have to maintain ball security here in the final minute before half-time. They've coughed it up in this part of the ground so often. Tally Hiku's had a fabulous game. Church, they've stemmed the bleeding. Not a great look with that tissue shoved up the hooter.
Could always be worse, Speedy. Tough as nails.
How much adventure here in the final 10 seconds. They do go wide to Murphy. Oh, right over the top of one. Wow. And that one was Brigginshaw. Ira Simon on the final play of the first half. It's all set up for a fascinating second half. The Broncos have the 4-point edge. They lead it 10 points to 6.
Welcome back. Big second half coming up here in Brisbane. So let's hand it back to your commentators, Alana Ferguson, Andrew Johns and Brenton Speed.
Thank you, Emma. Perfect timing. Away we go in the second half. And that kickoff just hanging up in the breeze a little as well. Straight to Mahalia Murphy. You do that at your peril.
Yeah, she's been good in the back row this game. I think she just sees the footy a little bit more, and she's had great impact in defence as well. Very tough player.
Tackle 2, go back. Go back. Keep going. Keep going. Good with foot. Come back forward.
Eventually, Kyra Simon played it. Maddie Jones in the arm wrestle with Ferguson. Pearson all patched up like a few Eels after that first half. Defended their line pretty impressively, only copping 2 tries despite all of the field position the Broncos enjoyed. And Murphy nearly through. What a legs tackle it was from Ferguson. Pearson now. Maddock just in the field of play, will have to return it, and the chase is good. Funga ready to come off the back fence. Harley Murphy chopped her down. Four-point edge for the Broncos. After that seesawing opening 35 minutes. Better intent defensively from the Eels on this set. After the Broncos marched up the ground in that first half.
Yeah, you can just tell they've got fresh legs. Their line speed, but that offload from Chelsea Lenarduzzi, that's one you'd be watching on video because she attempts to do it almost every time. Nice little kick from Ali Brigginshaw, but you've got to get her ball and all, Chelsea.
Still got another play up their sleeve, and there was an overlap if Brigginshaw went through their hands for the Broncos there.
Surprised to kick. I don't think she saw the winger of his back.
Church, what a goer she is. Great one.
She certainly hasn't backed off since she's been better than Bruce, has she?
Week in, week out. Chloe Hiku now. Nice tidy play by Muru, who was running out of ground and left it to the winger. And they get a penalty out of that, Parramatta.
What was that for? Offside?
No, here. Strip. Stay onside.
Strip the call.
Stay onside. Thanks, Jeff.
Stabbed the touch finder to gain 5 metres. Parramatta with a chance to level the scores here. Flat service for Muru. Pearson. Berryman Duff. Nice shift here for Hunt on the end of things. Escorted towards that touchline though.
Yeah, well defended from the Brisbane Broncos. A nice long shift, but also well contained and easy to read from their defence. They were well connected and just held up nicely so that they could drive her over.
It was a good tackle, a strong fend. Great tackle in the end. I just feel like Brisbane, if they can get some sets, string some sets back to back to back and get their discipline right, it could go right on in this half.
Parramatta copped that body blow in the first half with Elsie Albert applying the ice pack to that calf issue that flared up again 5 minutes before the break. And Kennedy Cherrington either for a month due to suspension. A couple of their superstar players, but they're trying to dig deep here in Queensland. Gray back against the grain. Taking on all comers, Tasman Gray. Ferguson keen to do some work off the back of that run. Really alert player, Jada Ferguson. So Griffin has to help out at acting dummy half. Brigginshaw goes through the hands this time, out in front of Sazolka. Keeps it alive for Teitzel. And dropped on the boot stylishly by Romy Teitzel. Tough now for Zali Faye. And what about the skills from Romy?
Banana kicking. That was sensational. Great play. Ali Brigginshaw, firstly, the long pass. And then, hang on. Was that a back rower doing banana kicks, getting the ball in the in goal?
Very skillful. She had a nice offload in the first half.
That was class.
Very classy player.
She could play just about anywhere, couldn't she? We've seen her at fullback, seen her in the centres.
Yeah, she's a gun. She plays the game at great pace as well. All of these decisions that she's making, you watch her next time she comes onto the ball. She is running flat chat.
Won the comp with Newcastle last season, of course. Now Leonard Ducey. What about that ball playing? And held up by Church.
Church, great work. She didn't tackle the player, she tackled the ball. That was class.
Denman denied. And the Broncos go wide through the hands of Teitzel this time. Tidied up by Sazolka. What about the footwork? And dragged down by the one leg, and the end play on it was not held initially. Now she is. Finally finished off by Berryman Duff. Thought they were certain to score after that work from Leonard Ducey earlier to set up Denman. Parramatta's last-ditch defending has been exceptional today. Still 2 more plays. Griffin back on the angle. Hufanga. Oh, here she goes. Hufanga! 5 tries in 2 games, and no one was stopping it.
Very similar to a try that she scored last week against the Cowboys, where they looked to go wide, get the defence moving towards the sideline, then change the angle. And Hufanga, Harvey Norman replay, move the defence and then change the angles, left foot, get out of my way. Really, no one's stopping it from there.
Not a chance. This is a good call too from her half, Grace Griffin. She's come into that 5'8" role, so controlling the left edge, but understands what a threat Hufanga is back on the inside shoulder. But that footwork. Big don't argue. What a player.
What about the hunger to finish off the play as well?
Yeah, there's plenty of desperation in the way that she plays her footy.
I mentioned at the start of the game that she's not all that fussed about the hype that surrounded her performance last week, but the hype's going to continue to build.
Yeah, I love that. She just wants to get on and do what she does best, play footy.
10-point lead. So the Broncos open up a handy 10-point lead now, thanks to the 5th try in the career of Mela Hufanga. Starred with New Zealand at last year's World Cup. The call up from the Broncos and is delivering. It's heartbreaking scenes for Elsie Albert. And a tough watch for rugby league fans back in PNG, seeing Elsie sidelined by that calf.
Well, you saw straight away she was on the ground, and you could see how emotional she was. Must have just felt it go pop.
Nice intensity defensively from Murphy. Said that a few times today.
Yeah, she's been good today. She's had a couple of really good runs with the footy in her hand as well to get some momentum for the Eels. Good work ethic.
Brigginshaw was asking for it, but Leonard Ducey got the shout in, and again, second phase from Chelsea. Now Ferguson. And well done, Parramatta. Clever tackle that by Berryman Duff to jolt it free of the grasp of Hayley Manick. Broncos still have theirs.
Coming up to tackle 4. Broncos are challenging the on-field decision of a knock-on.
I think they'll lose theirs as well. Tackled the arms here, didn't she? Or knocked the ball out.
The Parramatta player is just making a tackle. It is a loose carry from the Broncos. Challenge is unsuccessful.
a knock on, it's a scrum. So Eels were going for a tackle. It's a loose carry.
No more captain's challenges available today. The 2023 NRL and NRLW Telstra Premiership Grand Finals have been confirmed to take place at Accor Stadium on Sunday, October 1. Witness unpredictable footy, individual brilliance and an atmosphere like no other as each team attempts to capture real glory. Tickets are on sale now at nrl.com/tickets. Toi Hiku on the outside. Risky play here on the opening play, and that'll haunt the coach. You just can't do that, and Parramatta have done it again.
Dean Witters has just fallen off his chair, the coach of the Parramatta team. You just can't do that on the first play. You could see there was an option there, but first play, you've got to play a little bit conservative, which gives now Brisbane field position. And a centre field scrum, I dare say they may come left to their strike player.
Feels like 4 or 5 times today Parramatta have given possession back on the opening play. Staring down the barrel of an 0-4 start to the season, last year's grand finalists. Ducey. Offloads have been a feature of her game so far. Now Brigginshaw, Maddock. Almost spotted an opening on that right-hand side. Sazolka has had a relatively quiet game. There at right centre. Denman has seen plenty of it in that lock roll. Back to Brigginshaw. Maddock again. Quick service this time on the outside. Dam is caught by Parramatta again. And they celebrate that little victory.
Yeah, good defence from Parramatta. They just showed him the sideline there and used it as an extra defender. Moving a little bit too sideways on that sweep. They still look quite patient though, the Broncos. They don't look like they're worried at any point. They're moving the ball around a little bit. You just, as soon as they straighten up, whether it's Hufanga or whether it's someone on this other edge, that's when they look dangerous. Someone coming back against the grain or just running a nice, hard, straight and good line.
And the answer, that was a fabulous cameo in that first half, back out there in the headgear. Brisbane's defence was ready and waiting this time, but look at this move from Donovan. 20 metres out of dummy half.
You want to be careful, Brisbane.
Now Church also out of dummy half and splits them, the fullback. And the footwork on Maddock impressive as well, but able to trip up an opposite number. What a spark from Parramatta. Now Muru. Toi Hiku, little juggle. And finished off by Hufanga. Stays out of it on the final play. Pearson, little kick in behind. Just missed the upright, but Teitzel had no choice.
Well-weighted kick from the Eels. They just gave up the middle of the field, the Brisbane Broncos. They let the Eels run through them. They won the play the balls and the dominance in the ruck. And now they're set up for a nice attacking set. Rachel Pearson finishing things off in between the defensive line.
Wait.
Good weight.
Don't let it bounce. Oh, great take.
And they almost sport the dummy as well. Well done, Rachel Pearson. Muru taking them on. Seeing plenty of minutes. Muru, and now Amiatu from close range in the Westpac red zone.
You can see hardly any play down their end. The Eels, only 9 play the balls. There they go.
Big step from Berryman Duff. And almost able to fall over in the end. Well done, Maddock, sticking to her task. Ensured there was no soft try given up.
He's onside.
Brigginshaw just onside. They left early. Now the late offload gives Parramatta a chance through Hunt. Faye goes back to Berryman Duff. And Brigginshaw putting pressure on Pearson. That was key play by Ali.
Yeah, Ali Brigginshaw, halfback on halfback, captain on captain. Just made the extra effort to pressure the kicker, and the ball goes dead. That's a huge play. Mark that one down.
Front foot behind. Thank you.
That was a good spell for the Eels. Need to be the next to score. Dan came close in the corner a moment ago to another Broncos try.
Tackle two, don't bring it forward. Go back on the line. On the line.
She played it on that line. Fresh onto the ground, Jasmine Ongavini, who played on the wing earlier this season but prefers to play closer to the middle. Werner running out of room, and the wingers have defended well for Parramatta.
A great tackle on the outside.
Rachel.
Showed the winger the outside, and Werner got there. But great defence. In the end, Donovan takes her over the sideline.
See, Pearson has that compression sock on her left leg. That was the troublesome calf issue for her.
Well, they need her to stay fit and stay out there.
Oh!
Shot.
And an illegal shot.
No, not again. Not to the nose again. Poor old Abbey Church.
Just wait. Just wait.
Got some ticker.
Ooh.
Ooh. Might be 10 minutes to go think about that tackle. That's a bad one.
That is a bad one.
10 minutes enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The bunker, Belinda Sharp assessing it. Bree Clark set to sit down, we think.
She could have broken her nose 3 different times this game.
Brianna, come here, please.
Abbey Church.
Right, so contact's been reviewed. It's high and it's forceful. On report and go 10.
The door opens for Parramatta. We have seen a lot of teams capitalise on sin bins.
Yeah, absolutely. One player down. The Broncos for the next 10 minutes. Brianna Clark too. She's been outstanding for the Broncos. She's run over 150 metres and heavily involved in their tackles. She got that one well and truly wrong, so the right call to be sent to the bin for 10. But we saw in the set beforehand the Eels roll through the middle. Well, now they're a woman down in the middle of the field, so they'll really have to aim up here.
Saw that replay. She was almost closing her eyes, bracing for contact, and didn't show enough care to her opponent there. Paid the price.
The discipline's been poor, Brisbane. They've looked on top the whole game. The discipline giving penalties away. And now they're on the charge. Para.
This is good stuff right up the middle, and now the chance to go wide. Pico just on. Back up dummy half. Pearson out in front of Murphy. And nice defensive work. The winger and centre combined. They are down to 12 here, the Broncos. Great
Big
contact
tackle.
from Avini. And concern for Ruben Cherrington, whose leg got trapped awkwardly. She's okay. Pearson missed her boot, I think.
6. Yep. Stop, time off. Time off. Hold on, we're just reviewing.
Hip drop potential here, I suppose.
Ooh. Oh. Hate looking at them. So dangerous.
Oh.
17. Jasmine, sorry.
I just can't remember
All right, so
these
the contact's
tackles.
been forceful. It's a hip drop. On report, 10.
Oh, down to 11.
Whoa.
I can't remember these tackles ever being in the game except for the last couple of years.
All right, yeah.
Whether there was no attention to them. Obviously, there's a big change of tackle technique now with the wrestling, and
Oh, yeah, sweet. Yeah.
but, that's a bad one. That's a bad one.
It's Eels ball.
Yeah,
go 10.
Cherrington
That
knew
a
she
hip
was
drop.
in trouble. got away with it. She was able to get up and play it relatively unscathed, but what an opportunity here for the next 8 or 9 minutes. They're playing against just 11 Parramatta. Fresh set. They start inside the 10. Can Brisbane hold on here?
Well, they just got to just start using the ball.
O'Neill, adventurous pass. They get it on the outside for Hunt, and Brisbane able to slide. Murphy for O'Neill, and Gray up in her face. Still plenty of tackles to work it out, but momentum slows as O'Neill has been caught high. So we need tips from Abby Church on how to deal with this. Pearson, here's Abby. Quick service for Toi Hiku. They must score. How'd the pass look? It's okay for Parramatta. Donovan in the corner, and it's game on here in Brisbane.
Game on, all right. They've got 2 extra players out there on the field. I thought Tohu Hiku did a really good job when she got the footy in her hands on her edge. Just her timing within the run first, and then when she chose to pass. You can see here on the Harvey Norman replay, Abby Church gets it out the back. Tohu Hiku just takes the line on Ash Werner. She was too far in with the threat, which left the winger nice and open, but the timing of this centre ball play was just perfect for the Eels.
Yeah, the Eels, even though they're going to get... Oh, did she get that ball down? Even though they're going to get this ball back off the kickoff, they've got to just keep playing. Just keep playing with width. Keep passing the ball to space. With Brisbane down 2 players off the field, there's going to be so much space out there.
What about the work of the touchy here? He's not worried about looking at the forward pass potential. He's worried about looking at the ground, and that we can check out in the bunker later. We can't check out the forward pass later. So why don't the touchies focus on the forward pass potential?
I have no idea. No idea.
Because the pass was a little suspect.
Go and talk to the West Tigers about last week's game against Canberra.
You'd love to have Abby Church on your team, wouldn't you?
Especially at this point with 2 extra players on the field, her pace and power, but also just her grit, her willingness to be in the contest. Makes plenty of try-saving tackles in attack. She loves getting it out of their own end.
Pearson, this looks great off the boot, and they trail by just 4. Well, this is coming up Saturday night footy on 9. The Roosters against the Dolphins. The Hammer in action, and this is a coin flip, isn't it, Joey?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Dylan Napa back playing for the Chooks. I think I give the Dolphins a huge chance tonight. This will be a cracking game. Back at Allianz.
Played an epic in the West last week. Interesting to see how teams back up after the trip to Perth for that doubleheader last weekend. Oh, tough, awkward kickoff, but it's set up nicely. Oh, that's a team-lifting tackle from Tasman Gray. But there's a look at the countdown clock for Bree Clark, who was the first Bronco sent to the bin. And less than 2 minutes later, I reckon, it was Fongavini that followed her.
They've still got plenty of time. Good offload from O'Neill.
Right now it's 12 on 11 with O'Neill down in back play. Church, they go right again. Well, they did the damage a moment ago. Pearson taken down. Still 2 more plays here. Cherrington. And they enter the red zone again off the back of points. Pico telling Pearson to get back to the open side. Dropped on the boot, a bit of a nothing kick, but Brigginshaw.
Knock on Eels.
Broncos will get the footy, and Pearson just lamenting what happened there at the end of the set.
Yeah, they were very easily contained by the Brisbane Broncos then. Yes, they've got 2 extra players out there, but what a hit. Just not throwing enough at them in attack. They don't have enough running options. So containing them nicely for the time being. You can see Murphy still down there, a bit of strife.
Does a playmaker need to find their voice in this situation when you've got a 2-player advantage?
Oh, 100%. Just get your hands on the ball. It's important that there's communication all over the field, the centres especially. They've got to get their back rowers wide with them. And it's up to the centres, especially, to be tipping to the halves when they want the ball. That was the tackle. Great technique. But you got to use the ball. Got to keep passing to space. And even if you're not scoring tries or making brace, you're moving the defence, putting extra pressure on the defenders.
What are the centres saying to you? What's the tip they're giving you?
Give me the ball.
No code words?
No. Ask Danny Badiris what it's like when someone doesn't pass someone the ball.
The Broncos just want to maximise time with ball in their hands right now.
It would make a sailor blush.
Referee very patient there. Hufunga well contained by O'Neill. Brigginshaw trying to finish off this set. Faye let it bounce. And in no real hurry, eventually takes it on her own try line. That's ideal for Brisbane.
That's the game. Kick early, get down there and chase. Put some pressure on Parramatta.
Telstra has some of the best defence in the business, tackling millions of cyber threats every day. Hiku now. Been testing the Broncos' defence throughout. At right centre. Ruben Cherrington starting to play the role that her sister normally plays in the middle of the ground right now, with Pico at the dummy half and Cherrington a middle forward all of a sudden. Now Pearson. Good looking kick. Teasing it away from Maddock. Just finds touch a metre out. Awkward looking stumble for Donovan there.
Donovan fall in a hole then. I hope she hasn't hurt her ankles. Pearson's kicking game. Gee, she's in the wars. Look at the tape over the head. Just watch Donovan here. She trip over or... Oh, twist the ankle.
Good. Put the foot.
Joey, that's set of 6, the Eels.
Yeah.
One-off runs through the middle for a kick. It's not the one at this point.
You got to stand up and play. Especially coming out of trouble, even with 2 players off. Team's still, especially at wide.
Brigginshaw throwing dummies. Where's the support? Throws another one to no one. Just what Brisbane needed. Maddock also throwing dummies. Could the 11 possibly score against 13?
Well, this would be huge if they can score with 11.
3 Eels refreshed, ready to go for her second stint. Griffin. Options, including Hufunga. Pretty good one to choose, I reckon. Gets rid of one, runs behind one teammate, and the referee didn't like it. Obstruction penalty given. The NRLW season is back, bigger and better this year. Witness real power and unreal passion live. You don't want to miss these epic contests. Head to nrl.com/tickets to secure your seats today. NRL Women's Telstra Premiership, real power, unreal passion, and what a triple header it has been today, Alana.
It has. We've had some really close contests. The first game, golden point. And this one's still up for grabs now.
And they backed off. And Tomi Hiku accepted the invitation. What a run.
It's been great today.
I'll take her up towards 140 metres run. Can they execute now to level the scores and potentially take the lead? Mahalia Murphy crashes through. So hard to contain, and that's an important tackle. Centre field by Eels. What can they do off the back of that? Momentum now for Parramatta. O'Neill, second phase for Pico. Oh, they must score here. One more pass. It's gone forward. And Hunt denied for the second week in a row.
Support pass.
Better execution required, and Parramatta would have levelled things.
Yeah, they would have. I didn't think they needed to go to O'Neill there. They already had the overlap, so they could have just found earlier hands to Abby Church, which would have forced them to not overrun it. The timing would have been a little bit better, but what a shame for the Eels. Could have been the try to level the scores. Brianna Clark's sin bin is just winding down now.
And monitoring all of this is Marley.
Yes, I'm just watching Brianna Clark getting ready to come back on, and how well has this Broncos side held on to make sure that Parramatta is not got across the line again. Incredible defence with 2 down, and now it's only 1 down.
Yeah, the clock just freezing, so Bree Clark will be on with the Broncos in possession in a moment. Sizolka paid the price for that defensive work that created the forward pass, put the pressure on Abby Church, effectively forced that error. This time the touchy was watching, or maybe the referee took matters into her hands.
Maybe the touchy.
As long as you have fun. Yeah, come in. So 3.
Lena Ducey, another handy
Just jump in.
player to bring back
3
at
in
this
the front.
stage of the
Put
game.
us back. Do we number them? We never hold on. Stop.
Still a couple of minutes left
Stop.
for Fonga Vinny,
Okay, heads right into the scrum.
who's in the sin bin still.
No, just get in. Go.
9 minutes to go. Game very much in the balance. Less than a minute, in fact, for the second Bronco in the bin. Heitzel. As Fonga Vinny prepares to re-enter. Here's Bree Clark. Got a nervous wait to see whether that high shot on Church leads to any kind of suspension. Lena Ducey. We are 13 on 13 again with 8 minutes to go. Brigginshaw. A floater. Church dropped it backwards. Oh, knocked her on, in fact, and there's no more captain's challenges.
No challenges.
No. Stop on.
This is going to be a big set of 6
Okay,
here.
we're coming in. Clock on. Clock on. We're packing the scrum.
It's a good kick from Ali Brigginshaw. She just continues. Yeah,
That's
she's,
gone backwards.
she's facing the try line there. But Ali Brigginshaw, she just continues to come up with big plays in key moments. We've seen her do it for years now.
Well, that's why fullbacks turn their body that way.
Turn the body. Well, it came back and then hit a leg. Anyway, play on.
She was trying to explain it to the referee. He wasn't having it. Centre field scrum. Chance for the Broncos to extend that margin beyond a converted try. Sizolka dragged down. The best ball they've had in a while. Teitzel. Taken down by Murphy. Plenty of players lining up here. Brigginshaw chooses Denman. No shortage of hit-ups from Denman today. Now Griffin. Oh, that might work out for Werner. Funga's out of play. She copped a knock. And it's still alive here for Fonga Vinny. Ducey now. Always able to get that offload away.
That's a 5th offload for the game, Lenarduzzi.
Sizolka gliding on the outside, but Hunt and Fay have done brilliantly out on that side for Parramatta. Brigginshaw, slow pass, put pressure on the kick, and what a take, Cherrington. Oh, a pass inside her own 10.
Dean Witt is the coach of
my
Parramatta. Oh, he's just had kittens.
They have to be adventurous with 6 minutes to go, but I'm not sure that's the right play.
No, possibly not that one, but he'll be very happy with their line defence. They did really well there, both edges being tested. Oh no, and they're about to get tested again.
Coughed up here by Zali Faye as the Broncos celebrate. Still work to do.
That was great hands.
That's the confidence that Abby Church gives you. Just throw her anything and she'll deliver for you.
Seriously, time and time again.
Head in. Right, clock off. Clock off.
Any attention up there? Can the Broncos hold on? Wiggenshaw has thrown about 15 dummies today. And it's worked a couple of times. Now Clark standing in the tackle for a long time. Gould sets it up. Oh, she must score. And Denman does. First try in the NRLW, but put it down to the craftiness of Lavinia Gould, 40 years young.
Yeah, she did brilliantly, Lavinia Gould. So too, Brianna Clark. She was the one that forced the turnover on Zali Faye and then came up with a lovely little offload. Here it is. We see it here on the Harvey Norman replay to Gould. The support play from the Broncos in the middle of the field, outstanding. And Denman goes over. They'll get 6 from this, right between the posts. But that support play turning up in numbers. What a great offload from Bree Clark.
Toiled away all game, Denman. I think she got the ball down there. And we'll look at this celebration. Since the first try, sensational.
11th game of footy. She's a 2-time premiership winner before she was married as Mariah Storch. And now Mariah Denman, first career try. She's had plenty of ball looking for openings, and this time Gould says, here's the opening you've been craving.
It's always good to see players that have gotten through a lot of work reap the rewards too. She's run for 140 metres, made 23 tackles, very dominant in the middle of the field. Well and truly deserved.
And that 10-point margin restored for the Brisbane Broncos. Well, you can watch a load more rugby league tomorrow on 9. More NRLW action coming your way. The Knights back in action. The Titans, who are 3-0 to start the season. And then we finish off with Chemist Warehouse Sunday footy. The Newcastle Knights against the Bulldogs, Joey.
Oh, what a game that'll be. Big crowd. It'll be a huge crowd there, upwards of 25,000.
Stay there.
A lot of expectations on the Knights.
Time run.
Can't wait for that one.
Kalen Ponga's current form.
Oh, amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Short kickoff works for Parramatta. They've got to be perfect in the final 3.5 minutes.
They do. They're going to have to chance their arm.
All right, so Broncos.
Similar to what the Broncos just did. Options around the ball, support play. But they need some of their key players to stand up. Berryman, Duff, Pearson. Hold on.
Well, it can't possibly be the Broncos' ball, I didn't think.
I thought the Broncos kicked it over the sideline.
They spotted some kind of infringement against Parramatta, who thought they were going to get the footy there. We might try and check out what went on. Maybe the officials were right. But I thought Sazolka tried to soccer it through, and
We all missed it.
3, make it back.
Good contact on Chelsea Lenarduzzi.
knock on here. There's Sazolka, comes off her legs, and then knocked on here by Faye, is it? Well, not sure how Parramatta didn't wind up with the footy. The footy rugby league gods have spoken. They get it back pretty quickly.
Yeah, they got it back here. Attacking options. Key players need to stand up. Mahalia Murphy's had a game. But that second phase footy. She's the key. Abby Church. How to bring her into the game, find her some space.
Dynamite footwork. Murphy off the back of it. She's up over 100 metres run on the left edge today. Pearson trying to put Murphy through a hole that wasn't there. Cherrington eager to get it to a number 7 once more. Werner under the high ball, good take. We'll have to give it back to Parramatta again. That's an ideal kick.
Stand over.
Grabbing at a shin or a calf, is it?
Sweetie?
Cramp.
Sweetie. Here. So play the ball. Marcus, come. Here. Push in. Go 10. Go 10. With the foot. Go, no tackles.
Hamiatu, and she cap her debut with a try. Micah. Jeremy Duff for Church. Hunt. Short side. Berriman Duff. Not a whole lot of room there. We couldn't get it to Faye on either of those plays. So Zali steps in at dummy half instead and coughed up by O'Neill. And Brisbane can start to celebrate victory here.
Yeah, they put themselves under a fair bit of pressure there, the Eels. Not much depth. No one's moving. Everyone was just standing still, waiting for something to happen. But credit to the Broncos and the way that they defended their line. The clock's just winding down now.
After starting the season with back-to-back losses, the Broncos have bounced back to get back in touch with the all-important top 4.
They have. They'll still be looking for a couple of players to come back. I think Gail Broughton and Destiny Brill, 2 key players to their spine. They've missed them today. There's been times where they've had errors. They've looked a little bit unorganised. Still some moments of brilliance, but plenty to improve on. I actually thought Grace Griffin had a really good game the second half.
Yeah, played really well, settling into it. Her role, you got that weapon on the outside. Hufanga, you've got to use her up.
She is.
Now Brigginshaw trying to cap it all off. Faye well positioned as the siren sounds. And to end the doubleheader here at Tonally Workwear Stadium in Brisbane, and the Broncos salute. They are 2-2 now. Full time here. It's the Broncos 22, the Eels 12, and Parramatta still winless to start the season 0-4.